This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good Tuesday morning, and thanks for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Don Brennan, along with Josh Stone, who's in for John Scalzi. Indeed, thank you for joining us as we continue the march to the first of the year in 2017, doing so in a very heated climate.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, it's been so warm. I'm well above average of 72. Yesterday, we hit a high of 86, which was a record.
Yeah.
The day before, that was 85. That tied a record. So we're on a roll here. Today, I don't think it's going to be that high, but still it's going to be above our average high of 72. Then changes come our way. Let's check out current temperatures right now. Still feeling pretty comfortable for this time of the year. Walking outside to 65 in Sarasota, 61 in Arcadia, 60 in Sebring. It's a little bit cooler there. Also some areas of patchy fog being reported in Charlotte County, and there's a dense fog advisory to our north, outside our viewing area, but if you're heading up I-75 north to, say, Ocala, that's where you're going to run into some thicker fog. But no issues with the radar right now, high pressure in control. I think we're going to have more of an onshore flow as we go through the afternoon, so that's going to keep our temperatures a little bit cooler today. Instead of the winds tracking over the land, where the land heats up faster than the water, and it heats up warmer than the water, obviously. That's why our temperatures have been warmer the last several days, but with the winds going over the water, I think our temperature is going to be just a little bit cooler today, so we're going with a high of 82, but expect mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies this afternoon. Big changes, though, come our way. At the end of the week, we'll talk about it in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Taking a look at Suncoast roadways. Things are picking up a little bit, and the one accident we had seems to have been cleared away, thankfully, so no issues in Manatee County, although you do see building volume. Again, school is out this week, but people going back to work today with business back in session, and Sarasota County, too, is free and clear of any problems, so keep the ball moving. Drive safely this morning as everybody heads back to work. Now, topping our news at this hour, an arrest warrant being issued for a man in connection to a deadly shooting yesterday morning in Bradenton.
Detectives are looking for Carlos Valdivinos, who they list as a person of interest in the murder of 20-year-old Jose Armando Alonso Lopez. Deputies were called to the El Pasano bar just after 2:30 yesterday morning for reports of a shooting. That's where they found Lopez at the scene. He was then taken to Blake Medical Center, where he later died during emergency surgery.
New this morning, the Manatee County Violent Crimes Task Force is investigating a shooting into an occupied home. It happened about 11 o'clock last night. The homeowner says she heard 3 gunshots extremely close to her house in the 600 block of 30th Street East. When she went outside, she found a bullet hole in her window shutter. No bullet casings have been found. Her grandson says he was having problems with a friend who may be linked to the shooting, but he didn't give any information about the possible suspect. Also, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office looking for the suspect of a carjacking or attempted carjacking at a hotel in Ellington. The victim says he was approached by a white male outside of the Sleep Inn motel and was hit in the head with a lug wrench as he was getting out of his car. The male tried to flee the area in the victim's car but got trapped in the parking lot, so he left in the dark red SUV driven by an accomplice, a woman. The victim was treated at the scene for minor injuries. If you have any information about any of these crimes, you're asked to call the Manatee County Crime Stoppers at 866-634-TIPS.
New this morning, 2 people are in the hospital after getting into an accident while leaving Anna Maria Island last night. The Florida Highway Patrol says the driver and passenger were heading eastbound on Cortez Road just east of Gulf Drive. The driver lost control of the car, hit the concrete barrier of the bridge, going over the wall and then landing in the water. The 2 were brought to Blake Medical Center for treatment of minor injuries, and it's unknown if alcohol was linked to that crash. In Northport, officers are stepping up efforts to lower the number of pedestrian and bicycle accidents. Now, over the past 5 years, there have been 23 accidents involving pedestrians and bikers along the US 41 corridor throughout the city. And beginning on Sunday, the Northport Police Department will start a new campaign to try and combat that number. Through the new high visibility enforcement program, officers will be patrolling several key intersections to increase public safety and awareness of those traffic laws.
In Dante's Den, the foundation is treating a neglected and injured dog that was found in Mayaca City. The chocolate lab was found on the side of the road just days before Christmas. He has heartworms, scabies, conjunctivitis, rotten teeth, a large tumor, and a skin infection, to name just a few of his maladies. Medical professionals expect this treatment will take months and cost thousands of dollars, but he is on the road to recovery, and they plan to keep him until he has fully recovered.
We're going to give to Bear what he has not received for a very, very long time. And our only hope is that we will be successful.
They did name the dog Bear, and Dante's Den reported the incident to Manatee County Animal Services, but because of the holiday, they have yet to hear back. And if you have big boxes left over from your Christmas gifts, local law enforcement is warning you to be careful what you do with them. Police advise you to break down boxes before putting them out at the curb. It will help keep strangers from knowing what was in those big box gifts. If you got for Christmas and you got a television or a laptop, you reduce the risk of break-ins and theft by breaking the boxes down. And leaving Christmas boxes out on the curb gives thieves something to see what's in your house.
My parents got me a new TV, and I wouldn't like that to be stolen.
Have somebody just come in and just take it, it will not only make me mad, but I know it will break my kids' heart.
Police also advise residents to bag up your boxes and wait until pickup day to put your trash out at the curb. And new this morning, Manatee County School District Superintendent Dr. Diana Green is raising awareness about some major differences in disciplinary actions between students.
Yeah, new data from the district shows African American students make up for 14% of the student body, but make up 33% of out-of-school suspensions and office referrals. Now, black students are 3 times as likely to get suspended than their white peers, according to the data. According to the Bradenton Herald, also, Green says she is looking at ways to work on training and strategies for teachers and to help students change how they handle those situations. Meanwhile, the number of students graduating from the Manatee County School District is on the rise. This year, 83% of students received their diploma. Now that's an all-time high for the district. In the last 5 years, the graduation rate has gone up by 20%. And district officials say students have several options to choose from on how they take classes, making school much more flexible for them and in turn making it easier for them to graduate. And for those of you looking to get your master's degree in business administration, well, the University of South Florida, Sarasota, Manatee is now making it easier to complete one. The university is adding more online classes to give more flexibility to its students. 2 online courses were added last summer in accounting and business valuation, and another course in finance will be available this spring. More online classes will be added gradually.
And this has been years in the making, and finally the Venice Historical Society has acquired a new train car. The car is meant to showcase Venice's historic ties to the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, which maintained a winter residence in Venice. The car is a 1953 Pullman train car, but it's fallen into disrepair. So the Historical Society parked it in Venice, where it'll be restored to its original grandeur.
Ringling acquired this car around 1978. They immediately pressed it into service for I guess you'd say, an ill-fated circus. Only lasted about a year and a half.
The car itself has special meaning to Venice because it was last serviced in the city almost 24 years ago.
Well, golfers now have more to worry about than alligators when they're out on the golf course. Not something to look forward to.
If I'm on the course with you, you have me to worry about. My errant shots. For
or
sure.
me, because I'm awful. So.
Well, this video was sent in by viewer Dave Smith, who saw this, it looks like at least 15-foot rattlesnake while playing at the 5th hole at University Park Country Club. It's known as the road hole, and it's the signature hole at University Park, but maybe now it'll be known as the rattlesnake hole. Even if the name doesn't change, the par 3 with several hazards already now has an added obstacle on the hole. Yes, it's got like 8 pin placements on that hole, so you can have different shots and different sand traps and water. And now you got a rattlesnake to worry about if you hit your ball off the beaten path.
When I was reading this story earlier, it reminded me this morning when I took my dog out. One of those little lizards that live around here, you know those
Geckos?
little lizards? Is that what? Oh, a gecko?
Sure.
It ran into my closet, and now I can't find it. And
But they're
it's stuck in
good.
my
They
cat.
eat bugs. They're good. They're your
so
friends.
I can keep it in there?
They're your friends. Yes.
Okay,
So you have a dog, and now you have another
a
pet.
lizard. I have a
lizard. There you go.
I have a pet gecko now.
Yeah,
What
you're a regular Dr. Doolittle over here. All right, weather coming up.
Yeah, weather for reptiles. They love this type of weather
Good.
in the 80s, but there will be changes coming our way, and we'll talk about it in a few minutes.
And also, a 4-year-old boy is a hero. We'll tell you why, how he saved his family from peril coming up.
It's been an emotional time politically and socially this year.
But during a season when hearts are a little more open to love, we want to talk about good things to believe in.
We believe in compassion and caring.
We believe diversity makes our community stronger.
We believe we can all weather the storm by sticking together.
We believe in finding the facts before taking a stance.
We hope you believe too.
Happy holidays from ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
At SWC Properties, we pride ourselves in providing to you the very best in customer satisfaction, and the secret's getting out. Maybe that's why so many people have chosen to list their homes with our friendly and qualified agents. After all, it only makes sense to list with a growing agency that markets in so many places. To list your home with SWC, give us a call at our office and ask for Teresa Witt.
The all-new MySuncoast.com. Just another way we're here for you.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
All right, good Tuesday morning to you. I'm meteorologist Josh Doan, and we're checking out the current temperature outside here in Sarasota. Beautiful 65 degrees, clear skies, dew point sitting at 63, humidity at 93%. Now, there's areas of patchy fog being reported in Charlotte County, also around Tampa, and there's a dense fog advisory to our north up around Ocala. If you're heading up in that direction, up 75 going northbound, you may run into some thicker fog. No fog being reported here, at least at the Sarasota-Bradenton International Airport, but down in Charlotte County, some areas of patchy fog, so just look out for that on the roadways. So, for today, once again, you know the story, above average. Our average is 72. We're going to top out in the low 80s. Yesterday, we hit a high of 86, which is well above the average. That was a record. And the day before that was 85. I think it's going to be a little bit cooler today because we're going to have a return flow around an area of high pressure. Return flow around is going to be coming in from the Gulf of Mexico, so an onshore flow rather than an offshore flow. Offshore flow tends to bring warmer air. Onshore flow, a little bit cooler. That's why our temperatures just be a tad cooler, but not by much. We're still going to be above average. There is a cold front approaching from the northwest. This will happen on Thursday night into Friday. What happens on Friday? Breezy conditions and much cooler temperatures. Some people will embrace that, but for the time being, let's enjoy these comfortable temperatures, or nice above normal temperatures for the next at least couple of days. All right, Titan radar showing nothing on it. There could be some sprinkles this afternoon as some of these clouds passes by, but I think for the most part the radar will remain very quiet today thanks to high pressure and control. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies will be in our forecast, and then you notice the clouds start to make that shift coming in from the west, and that's that area of high pressure. I've been talking about this for several days, been in control of the area, but the winds around it have been coming in from the northeast and the east. As it sinks southward, those winds are going to whip around coming in from the west, and that's what's going to keep us a little bit cooler than what we've been experiencing over the last several days. But it's all relative, right? Cooler, low 80s instead of mid 80s. Now, vigorous storm system up to the north. You can see the cold front stretching all the way down here. This is not the one that's going to affect us because it's going to basically stall out and wash out in northern Florida. But this has also been responsible for causing severe weather in the southern states while it's been producing some heavy snow up here to the north. Airport delays, not much of an issue, so that's good as far as traveling goes. Maybe having some family come down to visit you, no problems there, at least for this morning. See a demarcation line between the cold front and where the warm air is. 33 in St. Louis, what's 56 in Atlanta. It's a very chilly -3 up here in Minot, North Dakota. Well, let's bring it back home where it's a little bit warmer than that. If you're taking the boat out today, expect a high tide at 12:59 this afternoon. Low tide will be at 5 p.m. Sunset at 5:45. A little bit more in depth about the boating forecast. Easterly, southeasterly wind at 5 knots. Seas at 1 to 2 feet with smooth conditions in the bays. Patchy fog this morning will mix out by later this morning and this afternoon. High topping out in the low 80s. And then here come the changes. As this cold front approaches from the northwest, it's going to pick up the winds and then drop our temperatures. Look at the high on Friday, 64 degrees, well below the average of 72. But then we rebound nicely for the first day of New Year's of 2017, which will be Sunday with a high 78.
All right, thank you, Josh. Taking a look at Suncoast roadways. Things are picking up a little bit, but no issues or delays. You see a little bit of conjunction there at 64 and 301, but nothing to write home about, really. Everything's moving along. No problems, no issues or delays, and that's in Manatee County, and Sarasota County, too, is moving along without any problems.
Well, he's only 4 years old, but for one family, he is a superhero.
Yes, Rosh Lowe at WSVN introduces us to the little boy and shows us what exactly he did to save the day.
I saved the day.
Yes, Mason Einhorn, you certainly did save the day.
First I saw smoke, and then I saw a little fire, and then I saw the big fire.
This 4-year-old was with his 2-year-old brother Brody when...
Brody! Come.
What was Brody doing?
He was turning those knobs.
And what happened?
The fire was coming out.
And there's more. The audio is captured on a baby monitor.
His brother has a drop cam baby monitor in his room, and after this happened, I decided to go back and listen, and I was able to record it.
Take a listen for yourself. That's Mason yelling, "Fire in the hole!" Where did he learn that from? Well, Alvin and the Chipmunks.
I thought he was out here watching a YouTube video because I hear fire in the hole. So I said, "No, Mason, don't say that."
Mason's mom, Michelle, in the next room just feet away. But when a fire has started, every moment is precious. Let's listen again to the audio.
Mommy, fire, fire, fire. Don't say that. No, read it. There's snow. Don't say things like that. There's snow. Where?
In the kitchen, a pizza box on top of the stove goes up in flames.
I'm so proud of him, and he's my hero. Without him, who knows what could have happened to his brother or to his house.
Michelle able to put out the fire. The only damage left is to this chair, but it could have been far worse. And now little Mason here is celebrating the holiday of Hanukkah, which is all about miracles, and it made his family remember their biggest miracle when this little 4-year-old helped save his entire family. Mason getting extra presents this year. The Einhorn family is well aware of the gift of every day.
Oh my goodness!
After 4-year-old Mason saved the day several months ago, he got a trip to the fire department to meet real-life firefighters. In the meantime, Mason will keep looking out for his little brother. Alvin and the Chipmunks giving this smart little boy the knowledge he needed to really make this a Hanukkah full of miracles.
Look at that,
Oh,
Rosh
I love
Lowe.
that story.
That's a great story. An even better story is about the reporter, Rosh Lowe. His real name is Rosh Handwerger, and he was on MAME on Broadway when he was a young kid in 1983. And the producer watched for years of him as a reporter, having no idea that it was little Rashi that was in his MAME Broadway musical.
Interesting.
There you go. Yes, he was my neighbor
Fact
in
for
Miami
the
Beach
day.
when I lived there. Yes. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
The woman who hiked 26 miles in the Grand Canyon to get help for her stranded family is now speaking out about her story of survival. We'll have that update coming up next.
If you're trying to balance caring for your mother and being a mother to your children, we can help. It's what we do. Call Granny Nannies today.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Are you paying too much for your cable or satellite TV? The U.S. government passed a bill mandating free over-the-air digital transmission of all broadcast network television channels. That means with the new TV Freeway digital antenna, you can get free HD programming from your favorite broadcast networks 24/7 without a bill. You just plug it into the back of your TV and start watching all of your favorite broadcast programs for free. There are no contracts to sign, no hidden fees, and no monthly fees. Just free HD broadcast TV. Take it with you anywhere. Call or go online now to get your TV Freeway stick for the incredibly low price of only $14.99. But wait, call or click now and you can get a second TV Freeway stick for a second TV. Just pay a separate fee, but you have to order right now.
Call 1-800-809-5196 to get your TV Freeway. Call now or go to tvfreeway.com. So call 1-800-809-5196. This offer's not in any store. Call now.
Sarasota Institute of Lifetime Learning begins its 46th season on Monday, January 9th in Sarasota, Venice, and Lakewood Ranch. Meet Blair Tyndall, author of Mozart in the Jungle, on Monday, January 9th, and information and intelligence expert Terry Roberts on Tuesday, January 10th. 72 global issues lectures by renowned experts. 24 musical conversations with great performers. Tickets are on sale now. For more information and to purchase season tickets, visit SILLSarasota.org.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
My dad is my hero, and I wanted to give him a chance to live life and be happy. Granny Nannies has been a huge help. It has contributed to the health and happiness of my dad, for sure.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Welcome back. It's 6:25. This morning, an incredible story of survival from a mom who walked 26 miles to find help after her family got stranded in a snowy Grand Canyon. She talks about what it took to survive.
Yeah, I mean, she was walking at some point through 3 feet of snow, so it wasn't just 26 miles. It wasn't just a cakewalk. And what she had to do to survive, you'd be amazed. ABC's Matt Gutman has this story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, Karen Klein, her husband Eric, and their 10-year-old son Isaac set out on a family trip to the Grand Canyon, their GPS serving as their guide.
We were kind of thinking, well, this doesn't seem right, but this is the way it's telling us to go.
They were in the midst of a storm and their car got stuck. So she slogged back to the main road where she'd hoped to flag someone down or find a cell phone signal. Finally, after walking 30 miles for 30 hours with a pulled groin muscle, she noticed a cabin near the entrance to the park. She broke a window, crawled in, and collapsed.
I kept thinking, this isn't how my life is supposed to end.
Finally, emergency responders on snowmobiles were able to locate Eric and Isaac's car. Then they trekked Karen to that cabin. Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more on this story. Your GMA First Look. I'm Matt Gutman, ABC News, Los Angeles.
This is my body of proof.
Proof of less joint pain and clearer skin.
This is my body of proof that I can fight psoriatic arthritis.
With Humira.
Humira works by targeting and helping to block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to both joint and skin symptoms. It's proven to help relieve pain, stop further joint damage, and clear skin in many adults. Humira is the #1 prescribed biologic for psoriatic arthritis.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Want more proof? Ask your rheumatologist about Humira.
Humira. What's your body of proof?
Google GoWildHonda.com. Lease a CRV for $219 during Wild's final clearance. Just $219 and 0 down. Now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda, Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
If you want 24/7 access to ABC7's breaking news stories, weather forecasts, traffic alerts, health reports, Suncoast View, and more ABC7 programming, now there's good news. Introducing the free ABC7 channel on Amazon Fire TV. Your 24/7 access to ABC7. Just search ABC7 on the streaming device and download the free ABC7 channel app. Or if you don't have an Amazon Fire TV, you can get one at Amazon.com.
You're going to need me. You're going to need us. All of us. You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food. You're going to need our determination, our compassion. You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring. And we promise we'll be there when you need us.
ABC7 is proud to present Line Dance Central. Now you can learn popular country and not-so-country line dances from the comfort of your own home. Just visit mysuncoast.com, click on Entertainment, and you'll be kicking up your boots or flip-flops in no time. Brought to you by the White Buffalo Saloon and Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Attention small business owners. Penn Funding announces the easiest and fastest business funding program, the Platinum Business Account.
We needed cash fast. Business is good, but this is an emergency. We needed some new equipment, and the banks wouldn't help us.
At Penn Funding, we like to say, yes, you're approved. With your Platinum Business Account, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more. This amazing new business account funding program is so effective, you could have the cash you need in just days.
I called, spoke with an agent who pre-qualified us, and connected me.
Call now for your Platinum Business Account. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more in just days.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
Need cash for your business? Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-658-3433. 800-658-3433.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Google GoWildHonda.com. Lease a Civic for $179 during Wild's final clearance. Just $179 and 0 down. Now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, travel troubles continue today throughout the country as more storms move east, and we'll take a look at current conditions.
Plus, man's best friend has a new hero, how a Florida man was able to come to his rescue.
And it's been an interesting year for the TSA. We'll show you some of the more unusual items they confiscated this past year.
Live from the ABC7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good Tuesday morning, and thanks for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Don Brennan, along with Josh Stone, who's in for John Scalzi. And I want to see this story because some of the stuff that TSA confiscates from people trying to get on planes, you know, sometimes unbeknownst to them that they forget they have something on their person or in their bag.
That happens to me all the time.
Some of the stuff is, you got to stay tuned for that story.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
I know. Some of those videos looked a little disturbing, some of those things. So who knows? Guess we'll wait and see.
We'll wait and see, I guess. And we'll wait and see for a change in the weather as well.
Right.
A lot of people have been embracing this, especially the snowbirds. You come down to Florida, you expect the warm weather, and boy, have we had the warm weather over the last several days. In fact, yesterday we had a high of 86 degrees. Today, a little bit cooler, but still well above our average high of 72. Right now, it's 65, very comfortable when you walk outside. Mostly clear, at least here in Sarasota. Now, there are areas of patchy fog being reported in Charlotte County and in Tampa, and also there's a dense fog advisory to the north in Ocala. That's outside our viewing area, but if you're heading up 75 going north, you may run into some thicker fog on the roadway, so look out for that. Radar is quiet. There's a possibility of maybe some light sprinkles this afternoon, but that will be very isolated. As you can see, the radar is quiet. And then our highs today, once again, above average, low 80s in the forecast today. A little bit cooler today, and we'll explain why coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks a lot, Josh. Taking a look at traffic patterns right now. Everything's moving along, no issues or delays, pretty normal, as we said. Schools are out, so kids are out of school, but work is back in session, so normal traffic patterns probably pick up today. But everything's moving along. There was one accident on I-75, but it seems to have been cleared away and not causing any problems now. And Sarasota County looking good as well, so keep up the good driving. Topping our news this half hour, Donald Trump weighing in on the UN-Israel resolution.
This after his intervention drew criticism that he was overstepping his boundaries. Reed Binion reports.
Donald Trump in one of his first post-Christmas tweets taking aim at the United Nations after the U.S. allowed the passage of a UN resolution condemning Israeli settlement activity in the West Bank and East Jerusalem. Trump tweeting in part, quote, "The United Nations has such great potential, but right now it's just a club for people to get together, talk, and have a good time." There has been broad international criticism of Israeli settlement construction, seen by critics as an obstacle to the Mideast peace process. The Security Council's non-binding resolution would likely require follow-up from the UN to take any immediate effect. But the resolution's wording may have a longer-term impact, stating that the settlement activity has, quote, "no legal validity and constitutes a flagrant violation under international law." The measure limits Israel's ability to negotiate on the international stage regarding the legality of the settlements, and continues to come under harsh criticism from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office.
It really is an outrageous resolution.
A spokesman for Netanyahu singling out the White House.
We have ironclad information, frankly, that the Obama administration really helped push this resolution and helped craft it.
The Obama administration has previously rejected similar accusations, and Israel has not offered specifics on their claim. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
And it will be a historic day in Hawaii today as the Japanese Prime Minister and President Obama will be together to honor those lost in the attacks on Pearl Harbor 75 years ago. While Shinzo Abe is the fourth Japanese prime minister to visit Pearl Harbor, he'll be the first to visit the USS Arizona Memorial. The prime minister says his visit is in return for President Obama's visit to Hiroshima earlier this year. President Obama was the first sitting president to visit the site where the U.S. dropped the nuclear bomb in 1945.
Now to an update on the warehouse fire that killed dozens of people in Oakland, California. The families of 2 victims killed in that fire are now filing a lawsuit against the owner of the building and city employees. They claim the dwelling was a, quote, death trap that should have been shut down a long time ago. They say everyone from building owners to city employees knew of the dangers posed by that building.
There was notice, both, of course, to the owner, who has a responsibility to know what's going on in her building, but also notice to the city and to the police knew, the firemen knew. This is really egregious negligence of the highest level.
Now, if you remember, 36 people were killed when that fire broke out during a party at the warehouse. Before the fire, there had been numerous complaints of noise, illegal dwelling, and debris to the Oakland Police Department and the Planning and Building Department as well.
And the winter storm that swept through the Great Plains now has moved east and continues to hamper travel all throughout the upper eastern part of the United States.
Yeah, and authorities are now issuing no travel warnings in some areas, while other parts of the country were at risk for tornadoes as well. ABC's Janae Norman has those details.
Treacherous travel across the country. This is a holiday travel nightmare. Winter weather making going home a widespread problem. In the Dakotas, over a foot of snow falling.
I'm on the second story. The snow's right there.
Near whiteout conditions leading to more than 500 miles of highways getting shut down. Authorities issuing a no travel advisory. In parts of North Dakota, cars careening off ice-covered roadways, causing pileups in Salt Lake City. In Nebraska, wind gusting up to 75 miles per hour, flipping this semi on its side, bringing traffic to a standstill, backing up cars for miles. Those dangerous winds putting about 3 million people in Arkansas, Missouri, Kentucky, and Tennessee at risk for isolated tornadoes. In Minnesota, high winds knocked out power, leaving more than 19,000 customers in the dark and grounding flights. And across the country, more than 3,000 flights were delayed and hundreds more canceled. And travelers may not be out of the clear just yet. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
Well, a Florida man is being labeled a hero after saving a dog from a car fire.
Indeed, it happened while Chad Reginter was on vacation in Asheville, North Carolina, and he's coming out of a restaurant when he saw a car on fire in the parking lot. He also saw a dog inside the car that was on fire, so he jumped into action and began smashing the windows of the car, and the dog was saved.
I mean, it crossed my mind as I'm running around to smash the windows, please don't blow up yet. I was hoping it wouldn't yet, thank God it didn't, so we made it all out all right. We're all okay.
Even under the threat of explosion, Chad saved the dog. The dog's name is Abby, and the owner is obviously very appreciative and thanking Chad. It's believed that wiring caused the problem and the fire in that car, but thankfully Abby is alive and Chad is safe, so
yeah,
yes, good stuff.
Love those kind of stories.
Indeed. Now, online retail giant Amazon teaming up with Goodwill to bring in more donations this holiday season.
Yeah, according to Amazon's website, donors can use the Give Back Box platform to ship donations to Goodwill for free through UPS or the U.S. Postal Service. The offer is good for all boxes, not just those from Amazon, as long as the box meets UPS or Postal Service regulations. Now, Amazon says donations go to your nearest participating Goodwill organization, and sales revenues support local job placement, training, and other community-based services.
2016 winding to a close, the TSA is sharing its most wild and outrageous finds in carry-on luggage. There was the bladed dragon claw found in Atlanta, also a fancy gold-plated bullet-decorated oxygen mask, definitely not allowed on board a plane, also a pair of 5-bladed floggers. They were found in a carry-on in Houston. Then there's Lucille. The Walking Dead fans know this familiar bat with the barbed wire. Even though the wire in this picture is actually rubber, it's still a no-no as far as carry-ons are concerned. Yeah.
Can we just talk about what that thing was in the first image?
Yeah.
It was a prop, apparently, is what our director is telling us. But
yeah, prop, but
that
it's
looked
still,
just sketchy.
Yes. See, even if it has the appearance of danger, you don't want it coming on the plane because
Certainly
people
not.
panic. You would have panicked.
I would have definitely panicked if I would have seen
that was a little creepy looking, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Oh, well. TSA, who I couldn't work that job.
TMI, TSA.
Yeah,
There you go.
exactly, TMI.
Not a job I could do.
Well, the weather is going to be a little bit cooler than yesterday, but still very warm. And then there will be a big cool down coming our way. That comes on Friday. We'll show you that in the 7-day forecast coming up in just a bit.
ABC7's My Suncoast News app is better than ever with a brand new design that's faster and easier to use. Download our free My Suncoast News app on your mobile device at your app store of choice. Powered by the Eye Associates, providing sight for life. Tonight on ABC7 News at 7.
Right now they're passing out Band-Aids. They don't have the funding. They don't have the power to really help people. They just put Band-Aids on them.
The most sweeping mental health legislation in more than 50 years. Find out how the new law could help treat mental illness and substance abuse issues here on the Suncoast. Hi, I'm Ray Collins. We'll speak with local treatment experts.
Tonight on ABC7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Holiday scratch-offs are here, and oh, they make great surprises. Imagine the joy they will bring. With over $126 million in prizes, use them for a wreath or a place card for your feast. Attach them, scratch them, and let the magic happen. Holiday scratch-offs. The Florida Lottery has them. Just imagine.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Well, good Tuesday morning. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone, and we're walking out to very comfortable conditions right now. 65 in Sarasota for you, 64 in Venice, 64 in Inglewood, 62 in Punta Gorda, a little bit cooler in Sebring at 59 degrees, 59 in Lake Placid. Inside our ABC7 studios, it's about 40 degrees, maybe 39. I don't know. It's very cold here this morning. I think it keeps us alert. Anyway, but outside, very comfortable conditions compared to what's in here. As far as the radar goes, everything very quiet. We have high pressure in control. That's going to be the case all day long. There could be a few clouds that stroll by that might produce a few sprinkles. Those will be very isolated, not a big deal, but radar picture will remain very quiet today. I just want to point this out, too. There's been areas of patchy fog being reported in Charlotte County, around Tampa, and also there's a dense fog advisory here in Ocala. If you're heading up that way, there could be some thicker fog in your direction. On the roadways, just be careful for your morning commute. But that will mix out by this afternoon. We're calling for mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. Like I said, maybe an isolated shower, but what's happening is an area of high pressure that's been bringing that easterly flow over the last several days and that warm weather for, I mean, it's almost been countless days now. It's going to actually shift southward, and the return flow around the area of high pressure is going to bring that onshore flow, so the wind's over the water. So it will still be warm, highs topping out in the low 80s, but it's going to be a little bit cooler since the wind will be traveling over the water. Water is cooler than the land. But it looks like we're not going to achieve our high of, like, say, an 86 like we did yesterday. 86, by the way, yesterday's high was a record here in Sarasota. All right, big picture, big vigorous storm system. Talked about this for a couple of days. Caused some severe weather in the south, also some heavy snow in the north. This is slowly moving off to the east, and it's getting out of here. This front, though, attached to it, it's going to wash itself out here just probably to the north of Florida, and then another system is going to come our way by the end of the work week and bring a big change to our forecast. We'll show you that in just a moment. As far as the airport delays, nothing to show you here, just your regular delays, 0 to 15 minutes, and that's about it. Atlanta, LaGuardia, O'Hare Airport, and Boston, so no issues there. So once again, area of high pressure moving southward, and that's going to bring that return flow around it from the Gulf of Mexico inland, and that's going to keep us a little bit cooler, but not by much. Highs topping out today in the low 80s. There's that cold front going to wash out to our north, and then another cold front, like I talked about, is going to be bringing the big changes by Thursday and into Friday. All right, for the boaters today, seas 1 to 2 feet just offshore. Smooth conditions in the bays. High topping at 82. Watch out for the patchy fog this morning, but that will mix out and burn off by this afternoon. And here are the changes coming our way. This other cold front that's not in the picture yet, but it will be coming, will pick up the winds on Thursday night, bring us a slight chance of showers. Then by Friday, look at the high, 64. That's below the average of 72, but we rebound for the first day of 2017, which is Sunday, with a high of 78.
All right, thank you, Josh. Taking a look at Suncoast roadways, everything is moving along right now. Not a lot of volume, but what is there is moving without any problems, any delays. 75, 301, 41, all moving along this point in the morning as people head back to work. In Sarasota County, no issues there either. You see maybe a little bit more volume on 41 southbound between Bee Ridge and Clark Road, but not a major issue, and South County is looking free and clear at this point in the morning.
Well, Don, we've all been there. You wake up with a sore throat, you have a cough or a fever, and you just don't feel at the top of your game.
I've been sneezing all morning, but I was sick last week, and I'm never sick, right? But sometimes, yeah, you're not sure. Is it a cold? Is it allergies? Is it flu? You just don't know what it is.
Just the studio's really cold?
That's not it. It's important to contact your doctor right away to make sure it's not an infection that requires antibiotics. Even if it is a flu, you may be able to benefit from taking prescription antiviral medication if it's caught within the first 48 hours. Sometimes things just have to run their course without medication. Now, colds usually begin with a stuffy nose or sore throat and then progress gradually from there. Folks do have a tendency to blame a lot of other illnesses on this flu thing they like to add, and it adds to the confusion, so it's important to know what true flu symptoms are in order to get appropriate treatment. Yes, now the emotion surrounding the death of singer George Michael has included news of his secret charitable work.
Yeah, dozens of people have taken to social media to reveal good deeds that Michael's tried to keep hidden. Now, reportedly, he gave £15,000 to a woman needing fertility treatment, donating millions to a children's charity, even working anonymously at a homeless shelter. Michael died on Christmas Day from heart failure. He is remembered for his multiple hit songs throughout the 80s and 90s.
Star Wars proving profitable again, even decades after the ongoing story began back in 1977. As of yesterday, Rogue One, a Star Wars story, crossed the 300 million mark in domestic grosses. That helped put the overall North American box office on the verge of a record year. Estimated ticket sales hit $11 billion, and industry projections put the year-end total at $11.3 billion, easily topping last year's record.
And while Rogue One might be action-packed, that didn't prevent one man from falling asleep during a showing of the film. Don, I think you were telling him this yesterday to me. A man who got trapped in a movie theater showing, The Flick had to call 911 for help. That's because Justin Hayworth says he went to see Rogue One Friday night, but fell asleep early on. We've all been there. And when he woke up, the lights were out and he was completely alone inside the movie theater. He even went to the lobby and shouted, but again, everyone had left because it had closed. Hayworth said he went to a bar before the movie and was admittedly a little intoxicated. The officers who rescued him said as long as the security cameras go along with this story, he should be fine.
Yeah, the reason there was security and police involved is because he fell asleep, and so to get out, he had to go through the door, which was locked and alarmed.
Right.
So he set off the alarm, and everybody came running.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
So that's probably why I won't go to Rogue One, because I probably fell asleep.
I still, to this day, unfortunately, need to go in and see some Star Wars movies. So, just one day.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast. And birthday party is one little girl won't soon forget. We'll take you there, coming up next.
At ABC 7, it's all about being here for you. ABC 7 News at 7 with award-winning investigative journalist Alan Cohn. In-depth reporting and debate on important issues and stories in our community with a featured topic of the day and a live roundtable discussion with community leaders and newsmakers. Plus a quick recap of the day's top stories and weather. ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights. Now more than ever, we're here for you, Suncoast.
You might feel like there's too many problems in the world, or that, you as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old can't really make a difference.
It's not always about you. It's not just one person. It's a group. It's a team.
Just that simple act is transforming someone else's life.
It's one of the best feelings in the world.
It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
I owed the IRS $20,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house. The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
We saved our home and overcame the most powerful collection agency in the world.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions Now.
Call 1-800-565-7740. That's 1-800-565-7740.
Don't miss the 19th annual Thunder by the Bay Motorcycle Festival, January 5th through the 8th, to benefit Suncoast Charities for Children. This year's festival welcomes special guest Blue Oyster Cult to the premier sports campus at Lakewood Ranch on January 8th at 4 p.m. Admission is free. Festival events include a sporting clay tournament, kickoff party, welcome Thunder event, Cruise for Cash charity motorcycle ride, and a 2-day Rockin' and Riding at the Ranch festival featuring vendors, live music, a taste of Thunder area, and more. VIP tickets are available. For tickets and info, visit thunderbythebay.org.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
All right, taking a quick look at traffic. Everything's moving along. There is more volume than there was 15 minutes ago, but everything is moving along without any problems in Manatee County. Do remember that schools are off, but work is back in session, so traffic might be back to normal patterns today. And everything right now is looking good with no accidents or delays on the Suncoast. Josh?
Okay, breaking down the forecast, our high today tops out at 82. That's 10 degrees above the average high. A little bit cooler than yesterday. Yesterday we topped out at 86. Reason why it's going to be cooler today, winds coming more out of the west, so an onshore flow. Another cold front comes our way by Thursday. That's going to pick up the winds, and then look at the high on Friday, 64 degrees, but we rebound by the first day of 2017.
All right, thank you, Josh. Now, one girl's coming-of-age party in Mexico has drawn thousands of guests. Ruby's parents posted a Facebook invite for her 15th birthday earlier this month, her quinceañera. It was only meant for a few people in town, but the post went viral and received more than 1 million RSVPs. It didn't help that when the news caught on, her father told the reporter everyone was invited. Thousands of people ended up showing up. Really thousands, tens of thousands. The celebration included live music, a horse race, and a sit-down dinner for just some of the guests. They couldn't feed everybody because there were too many people.
Oh my
yes,
gosh.
quinceañera is very special, like a bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah in the Jewish religion. Quinceañera, yes, is huge.
Exactly. Wow, I wish that many people came to my Sweet 16.
Yeah, there you go.
Not so much.
No, you don't want that many people.
Yeah.
Strangers at your Sweet
true.
16? Come on.
Had to be fun, though.
Yeah.
Good story.
Yes, a lot of people showed up, indeed. Well, stick around. Good Morning America's coming up next. We'll have more news coming up at noon today.